Hi guys! Please excuse the hair because it's not looking too great. I'm getting ready. I'm in the middle of getting ready. Anyway, so today's a story time video. I wanted to share my catfish story with you. It's pretty weird, and it just happened like a couple weeks ago, so I thought I would share my experience with being catfished, because I'm sure much of the internet has been catfished before in this day and age. So yeah, let me get into the story. So my best friend had made me an account on Plenty of Fish, kind of like as a joke, because she wanted me to be more serious than being on Tinder. So she made me that, but like sometimes I go on it just to like see what's up or like see who's messaging me or whatever. So I decided to go on, and this was like 3 weeks ago. But basically I saw this guy and he was super cute. He was like exactly my type, and I was like, ooh. So his name was Jake Martinez on this website. Sometimes I'll make the first move, but I'm not always the type to make the first move. So basically I message him and I'm like, hey, what's up, how are you, I'm Olivia. And we started messaging back and forth for probably like a day. And something, okay, life lesson right here. If you ever have a gut instinct that something isn't right, or just something isn't right, or something wrong about that person, you're usually right. So from the second that I messaged him and he messaged back, I always had this thought that maybe he was a catfish. So I always kind of thought that maybe he was, but I never really listened to myself. I was just hoping that it was the guy that I wanted it to be. So I gave him my number a little bit into talking, and then he texted me, and his area code was from Visalia. I don't know if that's how you pronounce it, but basically it's like Fresno, California, so it's like 5 hours away from San Diego. So I asked him, I was like, why is your area code from Fresno? And he's like, oh, I just moved here from there. That was where I grew up. That's where I'm from. So I was like, oh, that makes sense. Like, you don't, when you move, doesn't mean you're gonna get a new phone number. So I trusted him on that, and I kind of like blew it off. But so when we're first talking and getting to know each other, I asked him if he had like an Instagram or a Facebook or anything like that, and he had just told me, oh no, I don't have any social media because my ex-girlfriend got onto all my social media, posted some nasty things, so I deleted everything. I was like, this guy is not who he says he is, there's no way. So he told me his ex-girlfriend hacked all of his social media accounts, so we didn't have them anymore. So there was no way to see him. He told me he had Snapchat, but it used all of his data, so he wouldn't be able to Snapchat me. So there was no way of knowing he was real except for him sending me pictures through his text, which he was a green bubble, not even an iPhone blue bubble. So I was like, what? I kind of ignored it. Days went on, we talked every day, but where it kind of gets weird is each night he would ask me to send him pictures, like naked pictures, or he would always ask me to like dirty message him, and I would just be like, no, I wasn't into that. I didn't want to do that. And the whole time, obviously, I wasn't confident that it was who I thought it was. So it could have been like an 80-year-old man. Why would I want to do that? Like, I was nervous. So I would like refuse to send him any pictures or anything like that. I didn't know who I was talking to. But I kept holding on to this hope that it was the guy that I thought it was. So he had no social media. He would only send me pictures through text message. And they looked very like, some of them were in the square shape for Instagram. So I was like, obviously this is from Instagram, so you gotta be lying about the Instagram, right? So I would ask him to call me all the time so I could hear his voice and see if it sounded like it would be a voice coming from the guy in the pictures, which is weird, but I don't know. It was my logic. So he would deny my calls every night until this one night he decided to call me back. So we talked for a couple minutes, and in that moment I was like, awesome, this is the guy. I just feel like it's the guy, that he wouldn't be lying to me, and he probably wouldn't be talking to me on the phone, right? If it was a catfish, like, why would you want to do that? So I started to regain hope that it was this guy in the pictures, and he had a really good personality, so I was like, I wasn't falling for him, I wasn't like in love with him or anything like that, or even really liked him that much. I was just like seeing where things we're going. So I was out really late one night, and I get back, and I just had a really bad night. I was not in a good mood, but I didn't really want to tell him what was wrong with me that night. But I did, and he ended up getting mad that I was hanging out with other people and that I was out really late. With like, there was guys there and stuff like that, so he got really mad about that. Like, he got really protective. And of course, I lost a chunk of my video that was very important to the story. So basically, after he got mad at me, I started to look a little bit deeper into things, and I sent his picture through reverse image search, and I found the real guy's Twitter from that. So the pictures he was using was not him, it was another guy named Ryan, so I'm going to give him a different name. So we're going to use Ryan. So basically the guy in the pictures who I thought I was talking to was named Ryan. So I ended up finding Ryan's Twitter, and I tweeted Ryan and I said, well, I've been catfished by somebody using your pictures for the last couple weeks. And I ended up going to tell Jake, who was the catfish, that I found him out. So he got pretty defensive and he owned up right away. So this guy would have done anything to have me take the tweet down, but I just kind of felt like I had to, since this was his second time catfishing with Ryan's pictures. So I just was like, you know what, Ryan has to know and you need to stop. So he basically was texting me for hours that night telling me to take it down and how sorry he was. And I mean, it's okay, I wasn't mad or anything, I wasn't super hurt. It wasn't that long that we'd been talking. I just thought he needed to learn from this, and the only way for him to do that is to realize that there's consequences for your actions. So good moral of the story, there is always consequences for your actions. So I am very cautious who I talk to now. Just make sure that you at least like Snapchat them or make sure that they have an Instagram or something like that, and you can avoid this happening to you, and trust your instincts. Seriously, because I knew from the beginning, but I didn't trust myself. If it's happened to you, don't feel bad. You're not alone. I know it's like kind of a weird thing to find out. It's really weird when you create a relationship with someone, but really you just realize the whole time it wasn't real. It wasn't really the person you thought you were talking to, and then it just brings confusion. And in the process of your catfishing, there's a chance that you will be hurting somebody. If you grow a relationship with them, you never know. So you don't want to hurt anybody, and you're just gonna have better luck in life if you are yourself. Being truthful is the best thing that you can do. Just be honest, live a good life, and don't hurt people. I guess it's just kind of funny in the end because I ended up actually talking to the guy that I thought I was talking to the whole time. So I guess it kind of worked out because I became friends with Ryan, and I never talked to Luis again. I'm pretty sure he'll never do it again, so let's hope not, because we don't want him hurting anybody. We don't want that. Anyway, that was a little bit about my catfish story. Like, comment, subscribe. The goal of my life right now is 20 likes on this video. I need to get on like a video schedule. I don't know when I'm posting videos. It's pretty random. I love my bays. And I will see you. When am I going to see you? I don't know. I don't know when I post my next video, but let me tell you, it's going to be frequent. So just get excited about that. Bye guys. And I just want you all to know that if you need a detective, hire me, because I will find out anything pretty much. So.